What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with some breaking news regarding the Division 2. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. And finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone is from, but all of this information and more is on my Twitter page, X if you nasty. So follow me over here at Kamikazevondoom for anything Division related before I make a YouTube video. But this is hot off the press. The developers posted a surprise for this weekend, and that's going to be Phase 2 of the PTS. That's right, for the first time in years, we are getting a Phase 2 for the PTS. Now it says right here, we are launching the second phase of Year 7 Season 2 PTS starting August 27th. That's tomorrow. So starting tomorrow to September 1st, they are going to have the PTS. Now, let's see here. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be a 6-day PTS phase. So for the first time ever, we're going to have a 6-day PTS Phase 2. I'm down, Charlie Brown. But wait, there's more, because we have the developer notes, aka the patch notes. So we have patch notes, but the developer notes is like a quick summary from the developers to explain why they are doing what they're doing. So first up, it says right here, hello agents. As we gear up for our upcoming season, The Pact, we're launching a second phase of the PTS. The test servers will be opening tomorrow and will remain open until September 1st. So a week later, we get the season. So this is pretty cool. Now it says here, while the second PTS phase wasn't originally planned, its main goal is to ensure our recent stability improvements are effective and provide a smooth experience for everyone at launch. You'll notice some balancing changes based on the community feedback, but not all of them will be present in this phase. Our primary focus is on the technical aspects and the stability of the update. Okay. So this phase is for more like stability. Okay, all right. It says you'll find the full list of changes in the patch notes below, and at the end we have included the dev notes. All right. So first up, we have our patch notes changes to maneuvers. Oh, this is the brand new thing that was never released. Oh, snap. We're going to be able to play this tomorrow. Maneuvers are now available to test in the second phase of the PTS. These are optional challenges that you can take on between capturing control points during your retaliation. Each maneuver is the same for every player participating in that retaliation, and you must complete it individually to earn the reward. Ooh. We'll be testing this out tomorrow. I'm kind of excited. Completing a maneuver adds extra time to your retaliation, which may make the difference between reclaiming that zone or running out of time. It says here that maneuvers will change every time you capture a control point, whether or not you've completed the current one. You never have to complete them to finish the retaliation, but they do give you another way to manage the clock, especially if your group is cutting close. However, be aware that the time can also work against you. If you go down during a retaliation, you lose some of that remaining timer. So every opportunity to gain more time matters. Okay. Very interesting. All right, next up we have gear, weapons, and talent changes. So it says here that the Urban Lookout brand set, the 2-piece bonus is now going to be skill duration. Okay, of 30%. All right, the Tipping Scales gear set change will now give us 4% crit damage for every... Oh my god. Yo, they doubled the original? And they increased the backpack to 7%. Oh my god. Yo, the Tipping Scales is going to be meta. What's 75 times 7? Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm way too hyped to be doing this math off the top of my dome right now. So 75 times 7, 525% crit damage. Holy crap. So just using the tipping scales, will give you 500 crit damage. Holy crap. That's going to be meta, people. Oh my god. Tipping scales. They just... And you get the weapon handling. Bro. Tipping scales is numero uno on the gear sets. Holy crap. We have a new meta. The weapon talent soft spot will now grant you 27% weapon damage for 15 seconds. It's still not going to be enough for, destroying a weak point. I don't care. Okay. Next, we have Adam Shipley's inventory. So our PTS cache will now have a Year 7 Season 2 gear cache containing all upcoming gear. So that's going to be cool. We'll have a blueprint cache, a materials cache, and a journey build cache giving... Okay. Not bad at all. Then we have Anaya's inventory, 12 blueprints. Okay, we already knew about that. And now here we go for the developer notes. So it says here, Retaliation. The Pact has been one of the most anticipated seasons for our dev team, as it introduces one of our favorite mechanics, Retaliation. Our goal was clear: to bring a new in-game content with high replayability, new ways to interact with the open world, and a fresh path for farming exotics. After reviewing community feedback and internal data, we're happy to see that the reception has been largely positive and aligned with the experience we aim to deliver. Of course, there's always room for improvement, and we're making a few adjustments to add some of the feedback, to address some of the feedback that we've received. For example, we will tweak the global modifier balance to make sure that the players can easily benefit from controlling named zones when starting from the ground. Also, now we will finally include the maneuvers feature, allowing players to better manage their risk-reward ratio throughout the retaliation time. We also noticed that many players had trouble triggering retaliation due to the slow fill rate of the agitation meter. We've revised the criteria for how it fills and made sure that your disruptions now cause the double of the original impact to the feature's activation. After all, we designed this feature to be played, and making it hard to trigger was against the intent. Okay, so they made it twice as easy to get the retaliation to start. And then they added maneuvers. Okay, got it. Cool. That sounds good to me. Retaliation's upcoming changes in Year 7 Season 2. The daily project will add... it will instantly fill a faction's retaliation bar to 100. Whoa, so you can do a retaliation every day guaranteed just by doing the daily project. I like that. I like that a lot. And the meter values on heroic have been doubled. So they doubled they doubled how fast to get the retaliation started, and they doubled on heroic. So doing it on heroic, you should be able to do retaliations really quick. And if you do the daily project, you're also getting a retaliation 100%. So they're just making it to where you can instantly get these retaliations. I like that. I like that a lot. New gear. Regarding the seasonal gear, we carefully reviewed your feedback and cross-referenced it with some usage data to understand its impact on the meta. We understand the community's concern about the tipping scales gear set and its stack decay, but we also recognize its core purpose: to support LMGs and high sustain damage weapons. We want to reinforce that identity without pushing it too close to the assault rifles. And because of that, let's see what they did. Urban Outlook, yep, the skill duration changed. They doubled the crit damage from 2 to 4. They increased the backpack from 4 to 7. The Overdogs, what'd they do here? Amplify damage to the lowest ranking enemy currently in combat. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's really not a big deal. New weapons and talents. On the weapons side, we're thrilled with the feedback on the exotic marksman rifle. Our goal is to encourage players to explore sniper builds more deeply, and we're excited to see how the community experiments with this season once it goes live. For now, we're aware that the Shroud is not interacting properly with the Headhunter talent. Our team is currently looking into that fix. All right, so the Shroud is not working with Headhunter. Okay. Lastly, the Pistol Tempest. We knew this would be a popular item in the PTS. We've long waited to introduce a automatic pistol, and that alone makes it unique and appealing. We've received a lot of feedback suggesting changes to its talent. And while we reviewed all of it carefully, our intent was never to create a new synergy for build crafting. Instead, the talent was added as a small survivability bonus, not as an incentive. Ooh, okay. So it's like a if you get in a bad situation, you can rely on it. Okay. I like that. In fact, the original design did not even include a talent, as we were confident in its balance and uniqueness. I mean, I agree, it's a great pistol. Since it will only be unlocked after the climax mission, I called it. We'll be monitoring feedback and data closely once the majority of the player base have access to it. So the Tempest will not be unlocked during the seasonal rewards. It will be locked behind the climax mission. The new sniper and the new gloves will be locked behind the seasonal reward track. All right. And they are not changing the pistol talent. They said it's a talent for you to rely on in case, you need it for survivability purposes. And I agree. That's exactly that's good. Good stuff. Weapon and talent changes for the upcoming season. The Shroud, all they did was they added currently in combat. That's fine. Soft Spot, they increase the weapon damage bonuses. It's still not going to be enough. Destroying a weak point to get weapon damage is not enough. It's not. I mean, I understand you need to add more talents to, broaden the gameplay and what have you, but it's just not going to be a top tier or even a mid tier talent. It's just not. It doesn't hit as hard, and it's not amplified damage, so it's just not going to be good. However, the sniper, the new gloves, the new pistol, all of those, very nice. And that new gear set, super strong. Oh my gosh, dude. That tipping scales is going to be meta. I'm telling you. It says here, we are incredibly excited about what's to come next, as you may have seen during our Gamescom panel. We have a lot planned for the future. Thank you to everyone who shared feedback, and we hope these dev notes help provide context and transparency around how we're processing your input to deliver a better experience with your help. See you in the PTS, the Division 2 dev team. Very nice. Hey, I mean, I agree with the dev notes. I'm surprised by some of these changes. It's going to be really fun. I'm liking it. I can't wait to try maneuvers. So again, the PTS Phase 2 starts tomorrow, and it lasts all the way to September 1st. But all of this information and more is on my Twitter page, X if you nasty. So remember, follow me over here at Kamikazevondoom for anything Division related before I make a YouTube video. But that's it for me. Like always, hit the like, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Shout out where you're from. But that's it. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.